Hi, Steve Kaufman here. I want to talk about the language learning process and two, I think, very important elements in that process. First of all, I believe that we don't know which activities help us learn. As we're engaged in these different learning activities, we have no idea how much is going to stick to, if this is the most effective way to acquire the language. Only after weeks or months do we have a sense of how much we achieved. But while we're actually engaged in the activity, we don't know. It's not like we're shoveling dirt from here to there or putting things in a basket where we know that we've taken 5 items, moved them from here, and put them into some other location. We just don't know. I'm just talking about how I sort of evaluate what I do, and also refer to some of the books that I've read. And I feel that we need a balance between sort of interest, stimulus, novelty, new things, and routine, repetition. We need a balance of the two. The routine, the repetitive activity, is in some ways easier to do. If you have a routine that every day at 10 o'clock you're going to review your flashcards, you'll do it. How much that gives you, you don't know, but it's something. I find, for example, in my own case, talking about routine, I have a routine. I get up in the morning, I go to certain websites, I download some articles in Ukrainian, I import them into Link, and then I go through and I save all the blue words. If it says there's 20 new words in our particular article, I will go through and look those words up and save them to my database. That's done now. That's a routine. I don't have to think about it. I do it. Now I know that I have 8 or 10 articles that I can read later on my iPad. And when I read them, of course, they will be interesting to me. I am interested in the events in Ukraine, and that's what's driving my interest in learning the language. And so reading the articles is interesting. I don't import everything. Sometimes now I'm strong enough in my Ukrainian that I'll just read them. It's only if there's long articles with a lot of words that I don't know, or some key words that I don't know, that I import it. So my interest is driving me there too. The repetition too, as Manfred Spitzer in his book The Brain and How We Learn Things, words to that effect, said we need a combination of repetition, which is where the neurons fire, connections are created between neurons, which helps to retain things. We need a combination of that and novelty and interest. But, as Robert Bjork pointed out, if we just sit there and try to learn something, if we read the same list of words over and over again, or if we try to remember, say, an article on history, if we read deliberately, or study the list 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you reach a point of diminishing returns. After a while, it's not fresh any longer. And he points out that their research shows that the process of learning and forgetting, or what is called interleaving, in fact, is more effective. So that you don't want to spend too much time on repetitive kind of routine tasks. The routine task, though, has the advantage that you don't have to think about it. You just do it. This is what I do. I get up in the morning, I do this for my Ukrainian. I think it's good for me, but I have that habit, so I do it. And it's good to have these habits. So, because I think the learning, we're not quite sure where it takes place. And so we have to kind of combine, in my view, things of interest, where you're reading and listening, and I do a lot of listening to these articles where audio is available, which is often the case. And so these are my interest things. I'm listening to things, even if I don't fully understand it. I'm reading things, even if I don't fully understand it, even if it's fuzzy. Even if I keep on coming across the same words that I've looked up before and I still don't remember them, it doesn't matter because I'm engaged in this process of interacting with interesting material. And at the same time, I do some of the routine things. So I think if we have a process which combines the interest and the routine, sort of the novelty and the repetition, that will probably guarantee progress in the language, even if we're never quite sure what the specific effect is of these different learning activities. I hope that makes sense. Be interested in hearing your reaction. Bye for now.